Life is a waterfall. We're one in the river and one again during the fall. Swimming through the void, we hear the word, we free ourselves and we find it all. Cause we are the ones that wanna play, always love to go and we always get to stay. And we are the ones that need not choose, always wanna play but you never have to lose. Angels in the sky, when you free your mind, you free your life. Life is a waterfall. We drink from the river, then we turn around and create our thoughts. Swimming through the void, we hear the word, we free ourselves and we find it all. Cause we are the ones that love to play, always love to go and we always get to stay. And we are the ones that need not choose, always get to play but you never have to lose. Angels in the sky, when you free your mind, you free your life. Angels so up high, when you free your mind's eternal prize. Angels in the sky, when you free your mind, you free your life. Angels in the sky, when you free your mind, you free your life. Angels so up high, when you free your mind's eternal prize. Ah, ah, ah,
Hello and welcome to today's meditation. Take a deep breath in and find a comfortable position, either seated or lay down, while focusing on your heart center. While feelings might come up, stay focused on the now and leave the past and future to God, because you don't need to worry. While you go deeper in your peace and focus on the present moment, feel if there is still anything pulling your attention, and whatever feeling is coming up from it is okay. Visualize a serene lake before you. While you sit down near it and watch how steady and calm it is, imagine as if your thoughts, worries, and upsets are leaves gently falling onto the surface of the water. Watch as the leaves float away, carried by the ripples. With each leaf that drifts away, you can see clearly your truth, the truth of being divine. You cannot be hurt, nor are you your upsets, your challenges, your hardships, because you are not ego. Remain peaceful as you keep watching the leaves getting far from you, until you see them disappear and dissolve as if they never existed. Your truth is peace, because you are peace. And this is the center of your being. You can feel deeply how you are a calm witness of things not aligned with your divinity, parting ways from you. You see how this is the same with every challenge and upset that arises in your life. Your identity does not correspond with your external reality. Just as the leaves float away, carried by the water's embrace, so does the love within you and your heart extend, touching every aspect of your existence. The more you release the illusion of separation, the more love flows in its place. Make a choice now not to identify with your upsets and to see them just as what they are, gifts of realization for who you truly are. Gently bring your awareness back to your breath. Inhale and exhale deeply, letting this non-attachment settle within you. And when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Thank you, everyone, and enjoy the rest of the Sunday service.
Hello everyone, my name is Arshia. Today's card deck reading is done by me. The card deck I have chosen today is the Power of Serendrans card by Judith Orloff, and the cards are already pre-shuffled. The reason why I chose this is because of the topic today, how to go deeper in your healing. So there is a lot of insight in this. So let's see what is there in this. The first card I received is surrender the idea that you can fix someone. So what is written here is that it's time for a relationship to shift, and it doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. So, what is coming up for me here is that instead of trying to fix someone, or instead of trying, let's say you are upset with someone who you are closely working with, or you are upset with somebody in your family, with your twin flame, or with yourself, of course. So there is nothing to fix there. All you have to do is just go within, go to step 2 of mirror exercise and bring love there. There is nothing wrong with them, there is nothing wrong with you. All you have to do is bring love, and rest God will do, rest God will take care of. You do not have to worry about going and trying the fixing bit. The fixing bit is God's job. All right. So that's not your job, then there is some level of control there, and if you're trying to fix things, you're trying to control yourself and trying to put it together. Instead, just go feel the upset, allow yourself to feel your feelings. When control comes in, you will not be able to feel your feelings. So allow yourself to feel your feelings instead of trying and fixing things, instead of being in your head. This will leak your energy, this will get you tired, because you are trying to do God's job here. Then when you love yourself, God will naturally fix everything in your reality. God will align everything to love. You need to just trust and go within. So that's what's coming up in this. The second card is perfectly connected to the first one, is what I feel, that surrender people pleasing. So what is written here is that speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness, and instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. So people pleasing also comes from a place of some need that you want from others, and it is also a part of self-sabotage. It is not very healthy practice. So if you are trying to people please, then you are wanting or needing something from others. So when you do that, you end up putting others before you, which means what will happen? Your needs are not taken care of. You believe that by pleasing them, you might be able to receive that uh, energy, but originally there will be no receiving of that energy. You will leave, you will feel empty and drained because you put all your love outside of yourself. Instead, go within and see why there is people pleasing. Let go of it. It is very freeing to let go of it. Taking care of your needs. Ask yourself, what do you need? What is it that you need to feel fulfilled with? What is it that is blocking you? What is it that is keeping you stuck in that place? I feel like there is stuck energy because it is the surrenderance card deck, right? There is control, there is people pleasing, all these energies. That doesn't mean that you're bad or something is wrong with you. These places are very powerful. If you choose to really break through these places, there is 100% victory in whatever you're choosing to do, whether it be harmonious union, whether it be career, whether it be family, whatever you are desiring to go towards. If you really know how to face this down, well, the other side is definite success for you. So these could be very hard, difficult places to face, very difficult energies to face, and also there'll be a lot of identification of ego in such places. So I would suggest that you take support of a coach, so that your coach can really help you just hold that hand and pull you out. It's very helpful in such places. And the last card I received is Surrender Obsessive Thinking. There you go. Just look at the card. Surrender Obsessive Thinking. If you are obsessing about a person or a situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit, over to divine. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem. So there you go. Here again, it is the same thing what I'm saying, looping in your thoughts, right? Obsessing over something will not bring you the results. It will only bring in more energy leakage. It will make you feel stuck there. This will lead to disappointments. This will lead to further spiraling down. So instead of identifying with the ego, it is better that you let go of the obsession. Obsession is also a bit of addiction energy. I'm sort of getting addiction energy also here. So it is not very easy to identify subtle addictions. Like, for example, it's just an example, one can be addicted to toxicity, or one can be addicted to getting high, one can be addicted to excitement, or one can be addicted to running. These are very subtle things. So you can look into addictions and obsessions, and again, to identify subtle things, it is better to take support. The whole community is available for that. I would suggest that you take support to identify obsession or addiction. The reason being that there is a possibility that you've been obsessing over it, that it becomes a part of you. So it is better that you take support and someone really help you identify it by going within. These are places, again, like I told before, a little difficult places to see by yourself. So taking support is healthy here. And I guess I conclude, what is coming up is do surrender, and that is the key to go deeper. Thank you so much, and I hope everybody enjoys the ceremony ahead.
Hello everyone, I am Neelam. In the Sunday service today, I take this privilege of introducing Laurentio and Alexandra, our executive ministers, to present the sermon on the topic how to deepen our healing practice and how to not feel stuck in our healing journey. This topic resonates so much with my healing practice and the hiccups that I had during my healing practice, and I'm sure it will resonate with most of us. As I started this journey, I recollect that I learned to do the mirror exercise. I would be able to look into the upset, I would be able to mirror it and give myself whatever I needed over there to come to a place of instant peace and upliftment. After the mirror exercise, I would feel rejuvenated, I would feel alive, I would feel nice and pleasant. But there were also times I recollect that I would feel the need to look into something more deeper, but I was unable to explore those feelings and go deep with my healing and the mirror exercise. In such times, I remember that I felt stuck. I actually felt a feeling of being stuck. I started doubting that, maybe I'm not doing the thing correctly, maybe my mirror exercise is not good enough, or maybe I'm not worthy enough. Or even I started having doubts about my twin flame journey and this path, and also whether this was really my twin flame or not. And, all that negative self talk and criticism started erupting after I felt stuck. So it all began with not being able to feel deeply into my feelings and go deeper with my healing, then leading me to a stuck feeling, and then leading me to that negative self talk and doubt in the journey. And this was a vicious cycle. And it, of course, my coach helped me move through these cycles and to actually be able to. Explore my deeper feelings and to go deep with my healing. But this sermon is like guidelines. It's like a format. It's like telling us how we can find out the dynamics of why the stuck feeling happens in the first place and how we can avoid it. So Laurentio and Alexandra in this sermon speak about all about the stuck feeling and how the stuck feeling comes and how we can go deeper with our spiritual healing. It's covering all the aspects which would help us to move through this healing practice with more grace and more peace in our mind, and pleasantly move through the blocks, without feeling stuck at all. Yeah, and because the teachings of unionism are about healing and they are about mirror exercise, the core teaching here is the mirror exercise. And this sermon is a kind of way to deepen our mirror exercise. It is a way to make it more effective. So what can be a better gift than this sermon and the dynamics being told about in the sermon? What can be better than that to actually do do a better mirror exercise and to deepen our healing, practice. What can be better than that? So yeah, it's such a useful sermon, I believe, and it's just so much important for each one of us, each one, no matter which stage and how many years we have been healing, and how much ever we know about it. I think it is going to be useful for all of us. So yeah, and I invite you to visit unionism.org and contribute and show your love there. And I will meet you at the end of the sermon. See you at the end. Thank you.
Hello, we are Laurențiu and Alexandra, Executive Ministers of the Church of Union.
Let us begin today's Sunday sermon with our usual 3 opening ohms and with our opening prayer. You can follow along in your heart or aloud. And now for our opening prayer.
I am the only child of God, forever part of Him. I am created by Him in perfection, and there I always remain. My mind is my sanctuary, where I keep His holy creation sacred. I will only allow in His voice. I will only accept His word.
Today I will hear the word of God. I surrender myself to His teachings through His divine channel. I will honor what He has spoken and accept it as His will. I will be obedient to His word, for this is my salvation. In Christ's name, Om. Amen. Welcome everybody. Today we thought about speaking of a reason why you might be maybe getting stuck in your inner work, or why might you not go deeper with your inner work, and how to address that. And we wanted to talk about this topic because this is something that came up in our journey. And it's really important when you maybe find yourself in a difficult spot and you don't know what to do, to really allow yourself to receive support and guidance from those that you trust in your journey. This obviously starts with, God and your gurus, because that's where you receive, first of all, your, the truth, the spiritual truth of any situation. And you can do that, through watching Twin Flame Ascension School, following the teachings deeper, any of that, right? But also connecting deeper with your, I guess like personal system of support, like your coach, and maybe in volunteering you have. I think like I want to just talk a moment about volunteering in this space, because I think like one of the great things when you are a volunteer in the Church of Union, and when you choose to go deeper in that space, is that you are in an environment with people that commit to the healing path. You know that everybody that is around you makes the same choices as you do, meaning like they choose to pursue that harmonious twin flame union. They choose to heal until perfect union, and they do this through the body of work presented by our gurus, Jeff and Shaleia. So there is this sense of unity that happens because of this. Now, because of this environment, we are always going to be invited to heal and go deeper. And that means that not only like your twin flame is your mirror, everybody around you is your mirror. And especially that effect is quite present and very relevant in volunteering, right? People that you work with day by day, no matter, if you are a leader and you work with a lot of people, no matter if what you do is just a simple daily task, right? You are interacting with a consciousness, and it's like the volunteer consciousness, right? And in doing that, there will be mirroring happening. And it is safe for you to allow yourself to receive what is being shown to you in this environment, because again, since this environment is based on the teachings of union, at the base of it, which is twin flame harmonious union, and not only, this environment is very conducive to your spiritual healing, right? To your spiritual evolution as a person. And because of that, it's a very, it's one of the greatest values of volunteering, being able to work and cultivate yourself, not only like professionally, because indeed you do receive a lot of amazing professional skills in working into the Church of Union, like we volunteering into the Church of Union, like we have done as well. We have learned a lot just by, doing day-to-day activities that we do, no matter the position. But, you are going to be presented with things in your consciousness to heal. Coming back to the original idea, we have encountered a thing within ourselves where we have stopped ourselves actually to be able to receive so well what is being mirrored to us, right? And I think this is one of the key points. The first key points that I want to make in this sermon is that accepting the mirror, right? Accepting what's being shown to you in the mirror and being willing to do the mirror exercise with each and every little thing that comes up. I think, with the twin flame journey is very obvious, right? My twin flame is upsetting me because he's not communicating with me, or my twin flame is upsetting me because he's not respecting me. And then you're like, okay, I know, right? I know what I have to do. I'm going to do the mirror exercise on this, right? Well, this can happen as well in your, day-to-day activities in the Church of Union. Maybe you're upset that, somebody is not listening to you, or your idea is not being, valued properly, or, you feel stuck creatively. So therefore, that's something that you can work on. All of these things are things that you can work on and are going to be mirrored to you in the volunteering space, right, in the Church of Union. So it's about accepting the mirror, right? Another important aspect where we kind of got stuck a bit recently is that we were identifying with the upsets. So we want to talk about this a bit deeper, and to see that in order for you to heal, it's necessary to accept your divinity. It's necessary for you to accept your divine nature and your, divine qualities. And there's many blocks that can stop you from, accepting that about yourself. For example, unworthiness is one of the biggest one. Not seeing your own value, not thinking that you're important, not thinking that what you have to say is important, not thinking that anything that you do is important. And I want to just kind of smash that, in here, because everything that you do is important, because you are divine, and God created you with a purpose. God created you as a valuable, member of society, however that looks like, right? As a valuable member of heaven, right? You have a place in heaven that only you can feel. And that's a really, valuable awareness to have. Not in a way that you can kind of slack off and not do anything, but just it provides that kind of safety, right? That you can move through anything that's being presented. You're worthy, right, of anything, like of loving yourself no matter what upset you might be moving through. Because if you identify with the upset, one of the greatest traps that happens in this space is that you will perceive love as being abusive. You will perceive discipline as being abusive. And you will see the people that are trying to help you potentially move through, an ego pattern. You will see them as the enemy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because in truth, what is happening in this dynamic is that love and anything that is associated with love, including people, including discipline, including boundaries, right? All of those things will eradicate the ego. If you identify with the upset, you actually, identify with ego. So therefore, in this process, you're gonna see that everything that is loving will try to destroy you.
Kill you.
Yes.
You will feel literally like you're gonna die if you're gonna be loved or if you're gonna accept the guidance. Even if that's not the truth. Even if in truth you actually are loved, you are actually supported, but as the moment you acknowledge yourself as the ego, you'll feel like everything that loves you is against you.
Yes.
And go ahead.
Yeah, and in a way, maybe even your coach or your colleagues or even Jeff and Shaleia, will seem like very scary people, right? Because we all kind of align here in this space with Ascension. Ascension, or perfect union, better said, perfect union is achieved through eradicating and purifying all the ego in our own consciousness. So therefore, we have to go through these waves of purification where we release ego from our own consciousness. And if we identify with ego in any place, then we feel like we are going to be, expelled or purified out. We're going to be, there's all of these kind of feelings that you might have about this, but it all stems from this misaligned choice or misaligned view of yourself. And there's many underlying potentially quite heavy things that can come up. Maybe you feel like you're bad, maybe you feel like you have done something and it's beyond repair. Maybe you feel like it's too late. All of these things are maybe signs that you are, in a way, identifying with ego within your own consciousness. And again, this stops you from even being able to do the mirror exercise properly, being able to receive discipline, or you're going to see boundaries or something that's abusive because of this very thing.
Yeah, and I would like to add something to that I feel like it's completing that, is that in those moments, you might feel unsafe. You might feel uncomfortable. You might think that you might try to mirror, like this person makes me feel unsafe, but this unsafety might be just a coping mechanism for just avoiding the upset, for avoiding what is actually truly there. And I really felt like that was an important piece for moving through this and just seeing that when you actually are in that space, and let's say you're in a room and you're safe, no one can hurt you. So therefore, you feeling unsafe, when logically speaking, looking at your situation, there's nothing that can cause you unsafety, then like there's that unsafety doesn't come from the point that you actually need safety. It comes from the point that you just recognize yourself as the ego, and the ego feels unsafe to move forward.
Exactly. And here, like, it's kind of perfect segue into the next, point that I wanted to make with this is that if you identify yourself with ego and you're being invited to heal, you're not going to feel probably safe. So here, it's okay to acknowledge when you do not feel safe. Healing cannot happen if you feel unsafe. you have to allow yourself to cultivate safety within yourself first in order to be able to go deeper into more places within your consciousness that need love, that need to be purified. Because let's remember, this process is going to be ongoing. It's not like for a month or for a year, you're going to do the mirror exercise, everything is going to be okay, and, you're going to stop. Again, our goal is perfect union. And harmonious union is like an intermediary goal for maybe like a lot of you watching this, right? But it's still just like a step along the way. We still have a lot ways to go until perfect union. And we're all in this together. Like, I'm not better than you in any way. Like, we're all kind of like on the same boat going into the same direction here. And I think like that's again something beautiful about cultivating safety, because it's very important to know that and to align with these kind of core values that we have as a community, to allow yourself to cultivate safety as well, right? So let's talk deeper about cultivating safety. As I said before, safety is one of the key things that you need in order to heal. And you need to give yourself space. You need to let go of self-judgment. You might need to heal through some self-criticism. If you have self-punishing thoughts or patterns, those also you will need to go deeper into healing there. Because one of the kind of traps as well in going deeper in places like this is being upset that you're upset. Being upset that you haven't made it yet. Being upset that you've healed for so long, yet still you have not arrived. Being upset that it's too hard or you still have more to go. If you have such upsets, they also can put a break on your healing process, because you're not going to feel safe if you still have, let's say, upsets with your twin flame, or you're still not in harmonious union, or maybe you'll have to face that maybe this is a false twin flame and you have to kind of start all over again. You don't start all over again. That's the lie. You just continue in your journey, but it might feel like, you have to start all over again because you're moving through maybe an experience like this. So therefore, all of these things are many things that we have identified within ourselves that stopped us from feeling safe to really look at the pattern being presented. Another thing that was also stopping us from going deeper in our own inner work was just overall victimhood, a lack of claiming power,
superiority.
Giving power to the upsets, which is again kind of in the sense of identifying with the ego. Because we were identifying with the ego in places within our consciousness, we thought that some things were okay when they were not okay. And that, might make you, just kind of numb out or be oblivious to some places in your consciousness that actually might need a lot of love and attention. So here, it's safe to have this kind of introspection with yourself and be humble and see where are points where you're good, strong in your journey, and where are points that you might be weak, or you need a lot of love, so to say, where you still haven't learned a lot of lessons. We see many people here in the community, and we can kind of relate with a lot of them. Some of you guys maybe have, your finances on point, and you feel very good with your finances, and you feel that relationship is strong. And of course, you can go deeper with it, but that's one of the places where, you feel maybe very good with your finances. At the same time, we have people here that struggle, or like are still going deeper into like healing in the area of finances where they have been deeply hurt before. So it's not like any of these people are better, or in any way than one another. It's just realizing that some people have different challenges to move through.
And some people might be more not necessarily masters, but let's say there can be forward in the journey in a place in their life than you, and some of them may be in a different space. So everybody's in a different space on their journey in different areas of their life. As Alexandra said, someone can be in their finances before you, someone can be, and the same person can actually be like, let's say, not as where you are when it comes to, I don't know, like football. I don't know why that comes up, but being in football, let's say you're very good at football and they're not really good at football. Maybe they don't want to be good at football. But let's say maybe like in romance, you have a good thing going on there. You have your union, you have your harmonious union, or things like that. So there is no judgment towards like where everybody is in their journey. Everybody is perfectly where they're at. The moment they accept it and they don't compare themselves with others, they can move forward. Because that's, I feel like, another point to add to your list. What stopped us from healing? It's comparing ourselves, judging ourselves for where we are, and that energy of you comparing will just stop you and make you feel powerless. Because then you're like, oh, why does that person has so much better, I don't know, if you can give me an example, so much better finances, let's put it that way. And let's say maybe you don't. And like then you start to compare yourself and judge yourself why you're not there, then push yourself in that space, then that would really feel very heavy for you. That will feel like very judgmental, and it will feel very hard for you. And even if you, let's say, push yourself to be there in the finances, it will still feel very horrible to get there. Because you're not just like accepting where you are to be able to change and grow. You're trying to push yourself. So no pushing yourself on this end.
Yeah, here the purpose is just to get to know yourself better and have, again, as I said, like that introspection where you just look at yourself and you acknowledge this is where a point where maybe I'm strong, I feel good, and I can still learn, of course, with being humble, not like, we can always go deeper with any of our skills, right? And there are other places where I need to go deeper and learn, And again, I think this is another thing in the community where it's great to see, people that come with the same purpose of healing and having kind of just different skills, different points, because you can learn a lot, by just being around people that are willing to heal with maybe different skill sets that you have, with different perspective on life, with different, experiences. For example, it comes up that this is why group coaching is such powerful as well, because there's a group of people coming together for the same purpose of healing, and you receive all of these different views that maybe you just by yourself, you wouldn't be able to receive that. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to have that kind of mirroring being presented to you. So again, we're coming back to the mirroring and really allowing yourself to heal what's being presented, and moving through your own part of what's being presented in a group environment, be it volunteering, being kind of like group coaching, because I know I spoke about it before. Yeah. Good.
And as well, being humble. I'm not sure if you got that.
I did mention,
But still, I'm going to mention it again. It's extremely important to be humble. It's very, very important to be humble on this journey, because that's what's going to help you move forward in your journey in a consistent manner. If you at any point start to be arrogant about your healing and believe that you know everything, things are going to stop. You're going to have a hard time moving forward. Being humble is very essential to this journey.
Yeah. And again, like this is where allow yourself to explore places where you might feel like energy is not flowing smoothly. I think all of us know the moment when we do the mirror exercise and we feel like that peace and that rejuvenation within ourselves. And it's just like, I did the mirror exercise. This feels very good, That's how you should feel at the end of the mirror exercise. It's like, oh my God, yeah, like it's just, I feel uplifted in this place within my consciousness. And yeah, maybe there's other things to take care of, especially when you move to like a lot of things. But you finish step 4, you integrated that part of you, you feel a great deal of relief. What I wanted to say. I lost my idea.
It's okay, it's going to come back.
Yeah, doing the mirror exercise, provides you a great deal of relief. And yeah, that's how you should feel, in all areas of your life. All areas of your life should feel, energy is moving, things are flowing. We're moving together, or you are moving in your life towards more relief, towards more joy, towards more love. That's the progress. That's how Jeff and Shaleia teach that's progress, where you have more love into your life, where you're healing, and this is like an indicative of your healing. Things are flowing, moving, and even if you had a place it doesn't still feel quite good just yet, keep going at it and acknowledge that things are moving and keep at it. So what I wanted to come is if you feel stuck in any place in your consciousness, in any way, it is safe to look there. It is safe to see what's coming up. It is safe to release any judgment or criticism about what's coming up, because you truly have everything that you need in this community to overcome absolutely any challenge that comes your way. And this is, I think, what I have, moved through into deeper in the past few weeks is even if you hit something in the cave of fear, kind of what Jeff and Shaleia say in classes, when you hit the mountain, is this going to be the mountain that, you're going to be like, oh, this is too hard to climb, I cannot make it, I'm going to give up. Nothing, can stop you on your journey but yourself. Nothing. Nobody has that power to stop you in your healing journey but yourself. So therefore here, as long as you're persistent and you keep loving yourself, you keep on healing, you're going to be on the right track, no matter what you're dealing with. And again, I do want to emphasize again on the support available in this community for you to heal. You have MAP if you really maybe you're moving through some trauma with this. You have health and wellness, right, in MAP as well, mind alignment process. To support you if you feel
you're in a mental patterns that you have a difficulty getting out, if you have addiction, if you have all kind of problems with your day-to-day life and you're struggling there to set up a schedule, to set up a structure.
Exactly. All of these things are not only available in Twin Flame Ascension School and Life Purpose class, because that's where we all learn, but there's actual support you can get. And of course there's also your Ascension coach, which is a very valuable support for you in your life. So I think we covered a lot of bases with this. So again, I think the overarching energy, just accept that you are divine. You are divine and have no judgment about what's coming up in your consciousness to be healed. And I guess one of the things that I want to end with is just a thing that Jeff told us recently as we were moving through some healing, was that you're not the problem. If you face yourself with a huge thing in your journey, you don't know how your twin flame is ever gonna come back, because they're way over there and seem to be living their life, right? You have the power to heal. You're not the problem why this is all happening. The problem is the separation consciousness. The problem is the ego. And as long as you take all the steps necessary to solve the problem, you're going to be victorious. So here, just have persistence with this one. Keep on going. Keep on healing. I'm vouching for your harmonious twin flame union and for any victory, that you you're headed towards, and any victory that you had so far because of this teaching, right? So we're in the middle, kind of like, at least like that's where we are right now, in the middle of a great healing, and we're still moving through things. Keep on going. If you're in the middle of manifesting your harmonious twin flame union, keep on going. Don't give up. And remember that it's over, when you have the result, right? For you, either like harmonious union, perfect union, we don't stop in the middle. We persevere. We continue moving forward, and we love, right?
Yep.
Good. So that's it for us for today. Feels very good. Let us conclude with our closing prayer and our closing ohms. Again, you can follow along in your heart or aloud.
Father, I accept your word into my heart. I'll honor your will in my life and will follow you without hesitation anywhere you ask. I know you guide me into your heart where I belong. I accept that you are everywhere and your teaching is in all things. God, I know you provide me clarity in this teaching of union that I may be forever in union with you.
I accept that you are in me as you are in my brother. I will not deny my brother your word and will share your teachings with him in any way you ask and only as you ask. For when I share my salvation with him, I fully claim my salvation and return to you with him. In Christ's name,
Amen.
Amen.
Speaking this prayer in your heart means that you have accepted that you're on the path of awakening to your true divine nature. This is what it means to be a unionist. Follow the teaching of union with God wherever you find them and purify your consciousness into perfect union with your Creator.
And now for our closing Om. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Have a wonderful Sunday, a wonderful week.
And see you next time.
Yeah, see you next time. Many blessings to you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you all enjoyed the sermon. I hope you all received a lot from this sermon because I received a lot. I feel this sermon was so beautiful and so useful in moving ahead in this healing journey. I loved it the way Laurentio and Alexandra expressed hows and whys of being stuck in this journey in three key points. The three key points, namely, being accepting the mirror, looking at the upset and actually mirroring it and healing it over there, taking responsibility of it. And the second key point being that not identifying with the upset, not getting into the ego mind, because ego mind would not let you move ahead and go deeper with your practice because you're not in the state of love when you're in the ego mind. It was so beautiful. And the third key point I felt was so useful and something like, an eye opening for me, that we need to cultivate a safe environment. We need to cultivate safety around ourselves, and that safety would not come from outside. Laurentio and Alexandra very clearly said that safety is something you can cultivate for yourself, and they gave us three beautiful tips again on how we can cultivate that safety within ourselves, like, introspecting what are our strong points, what are our weak points, and at our weak points, not beating ourselves up, but giving ourselves love over there, being compassionate towards ourselves. And another tip they gave us for cultivating safety was understanding that we all have our different challenges and we don't need to compare ourselves to anybody, because when we compare we get into the ego mind, and when we are in the ego mind we cannot feel our feelings better, we cannot go deep with our own feelings, we cannot go deep with our own healing journey. So you don't feel safe because you are all the time thinking somebody is better than you or you're not enough, and that's not a good space to work from if you want to heal your blocks and take charge of it. And yes, the third point that they told us on how we can cultivate our safety is to realize where we are in this journey and to appreciate where we are in this journey. The increased joy, the increased happiness, the increased peace, the increased clarity that we are getting through this healing practice, we cannot just overlook it. We need to appreciate it. We need to realize that we have come this far. And when we do that, we kind of come to a place of more faith, and we are able to go deeper with our feelings and understand. So these points were so profound and these tips were so profound that it is like, it's like a gift for all of us over here. This sermon is a gift for us, because healing is the core value here, and this could really, this sermon could really help us heal more gracefully and be pleasant throughout the healing practice. Yeah, and go deeper with yourself to clear those blocks and achieve your harmonious union. And yeah, so yeah, the very beautiful thing that also was expressed in this sermon by Alexandra and Laurentio was that this community, the teachings of union and the twin flame ascension school, everything can be helpful in cultivating safety within ourselves. It can be useful in not getting stuck in this journey, and how it can be useful is so beautifully explained in this sermon. The community, as in when we are volunteering in the Church of Union, or when we are in group healing sessions, how it impacts us and how we can use it to actually not get stuck in the journey and to move through the healing practice very gracefully. So I really enjoyed the sermon, and it gave me so much of insights of how I can now, even go more deeper with my spiritual healing. And I'm sure you all felt the same. Yeah. And I invite you to visit unionism.org and watch our previous sermons over there, and also contribute, show your love over there so that we can spread the teachings of unionism all over the world. I also invite you to like and subscribe our YouTube channel, where you would not only find our previous sermons, but you would also get to watch our after tea time discussions. These are discussions done by our unionist, and they discuss over the sermon topics in depth and by sharing their own personal views together. And in case you want to be a part of their discussion in the after tea time discussions, you can do that by joining them live in Unionism discussion spiritual group on Facebook. And yeah, and it's so beautiful having you here in this sermon. Thank you for joining us, and thank you, Laurentio and Alexandra, for this wonderful piece. Hope you all have a beautiful week ahead, and God bless. Namaste.